Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we have got the Airfix 172 scale Folland Gnat T1 Yellowjack, and this is a model kit that you get everything with. You get your 4 sets of paints and a brush, so you can build everything with this kit. You also get a tub of poly cement. So let's open this up and take a look what we get inside the packaging. We get our instructions and some decals. So what you want to do first, before you build anything, is take a look at the instructions and make sure you fully understand where all the parts are going to be going. I will be putting these pictures up on the top right hand side of the screen as I'm building. But yeah, so if you haven't built a model before, basically what we've got here, I'll show you this part of B1, I'll blow that up so you can see, is you've got 2 parts. You've got a number with a letter that is circled, and that is 26B, and that is the part number. And you've also got another number pointing to that, which is number 64, and that is the colour that the part is going to be. So we can see what we're going to be building in that, and by the end of the build you should have something that looks a little like that. That's your instructions. Also in here we get our paints, so we can open them up. I did have some scissors somewhere. Here they are. So we can open these up, take a look at what colour paints we get. Okay, so we get number 69 yellow, 33 black, 64 grey and 11 silver. Now let's take a look at our actual sprues and see what we get with them. So you have 3 sprues. You've got sprue A, sprue B and sprue C, which is here. Sprue C is the clear one on this everything. You get on the top or bottom of each sprue, it tells you which it is. So this one's sprue B and this one is sprue A. First off, what we're going to do, we're going to start building our cockpit, which is instructions list numbers 1 to 6. We're going to get them all painted while they're on the sprue. So all these little parts, we're going to paint them while they're on the sprue, and all these we're going to paint them while they're on the sprue, because they're quite hard to hold while painting as well. Yes, we're going to do that first. Then we will move on to actually assembling the parts for the plane. So let's get cracking. Just a quick tip, just before you do go and start painting all your parts, make sure you take these to a sink and wash them with warm soapy water, and that will make sure that all the release compound from when they're in the mould has disappeared. We're also going to paint the insides here of the cockpit, because when we come to do that part and when we get to the end, as you can see on sprue C, we've got a clear canopy, so we're going to be able to see in that. So we want it all painted, and we don't want to be able to see any of this grey plastic on the inside. So let's get them washed, get them dry, and then let's start painting. Okay, so now we've had these parts washed and they're all dry, so we're going to speed up the video here, and we're going to get these cockpit parts all painted and assembled. Okay, so we finished our cockpit and that's it there. I've decided to go with the 64 grey around the outsides of the seats. I did what I'd done, painted all black and just this bit in the grey, but I've decided to do the outside of the seats a little grey just to have them stand out a little. Let's zoom in so we can see that. And I also put the decals on. Let's see if we can see them. Just in there. Like that. So next we're going to be moving on to we've got to be putting these parts on here. So we can either, we've got a choice, we can either paint these on the sprue and then move them across, or we can move them across and then paint them on here. So I don't know which I'm going to do first, because these are the same colour as that. So probably what I'll do is I'll cut these off, clean them up, move them across, put them on these two parts, and then paint them all together with this. And then we've got to do the inside here, get that all painted and ready for the landing gear, and then obviously build the landing gear. So we're going to do all of that, get the landing gear installed, ready, and we're probably going to put the first coat of yellow paint on these as well. So let's do that now.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
Okay, so we've got all our parts painted up, we've got our landing gear assembled. Only thing we have to put on is our wheels. So we've put a couple of coats of paint on of the yellow, and yeah, that wasn't very it didn't take to the plastic very well. You can really see the brush strokes, so maybe it could be the paintbrush I'm using, because I'm using a thin brush, the one that came with the set. Maybe if you had a better brush, you could get less brush strokes on there, but I had to thin the paint down so you couldn't see as many brush strokes on there. So we're going to cut these two pieces off, and we're going to put our landing gear in, and then we're going to install the backs of the wings onto here. So we can move this one to the side for now, and we can start with this one. So we cut this one off, and we're going to put our cockpit in and install our landing gear. So yeah, our cockpit is going to sit just in here, just like that, and we're going to glue that in there, and we're going to install our landing gear, which is going to go just in this sides here. So let's get cracking on with that now.
Into their mind, they never talk.
Okay, so now we've got all our plane painted, it's all put together, and we've put our decals on. I'll just quickly show you now. So the only thing left to do is to put our canopy on and the front of the nose cone. So here's our canopy, here's our little nose cone piece. So we're going to put this on with some PVA glue, because if we put it on with the poly cement, it'll fog up the glass on here. So we don't want that, we want it to be nice and clear. So we're going to cut this off, and then we're going to tidy it up, and then we're going to glue it on with some PVA glue. That's our canopy. Let's do that first. There's not much to tidy up on these once you've cut them off, if you can get a nice clean cut. There we go. Right, so we want a little dollop of PVA glue, give it a little shake. And then we want a little dollop just there. Now get yourself a little paintbrush. I've got mine here, it's a little wet, so I'm just going to dry it. Right. So now we've got our PVA glue. And we're going to want to just put it all the way around. The bottom of the canopy. Now we can drop that into place. And that will dry clear. Now we can put our little nose cone piece on. We'll try and cut this off without it going flying, so we'll try and hold it. There we go. Now let's get a bit of glue again. Put it on the end of the tip here. Then we can drop our nose cone on. Just like that. This is the very last thing we need to do now. Is get a little bit of our cement and a cocktail stick. We've got one here, we'll just use this one. And we need a little bit just in this little gap here. Now we can put our last little detail in. Just like that. And that is what you should be left with once you're finished. Very happy with the way it turned out. I was a bit concerned when I was painting it that the yellow was showing too many brush strokes through, but after watering it down a lot and thinning it out, it took most of that away, and it turned out not too bad. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. All that's left is to show you around the plane and a little quick montage, and I hope you join me next time. If you like this video, please like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you next time.